How many formal English abbreviations do you know? There are those that are well known and are global, and there are those that might be dedicated to your specific office. In this video, I'm going to show you 15 office abbreviations used worldwide. I'm Roy from Speakenly. I help professionals like you be confident and fluent English speakers. Hey, I need this right now, and I mean with no delay. It has to happen ASAP. ASAP. As soon as possible. It has a specific meaning saying that something needs to happen very quickly, right now, or with no delay. Also pronounced sometimes ASAP, depending where you are in the world. It can also be used in email and written documentation depending on what the context and needs are. Hey, listen, I know things are tough, but I really need this EOD. EOD. End of day. Usually meaning or referencing that something needs to happen by the end of this current day. Let's say you've got a lot of work to juggle around, but someone has asked you for something very specific that needs to happen, well, today. So they might say to you personally or through email that they want this done EOD, end of day. Hey, what's going on with the budget? I really need to know what's going on. The schedule is a bit off. Oh, listen, I'm sorry. TBD. Not up to me. TBD. To be determined. Usually when something isn't closed, like a project or something that needs to be done, and there's no clear decision when something should happen. It should be determined, but it isn't. So it's to be determined. At one part in the future, a decision will be reached. Hey, listen, well, what's the ETA here? I need to know what's going on. ETA, estimated time of arrival, has a couple of meanings. One could be addressing a specific project or something that needs to happen. Let's say a new server needs to come to the office, and you can ask someone, what's the ETA on the server? When is that server coming to the office? The other one refers to times of arrival. Let's say someone is coming from the airport. So you'd like to know when the plane is arriving. So you'd say, what's the ETA on the flight? When is the plane arriving? If you're finding these abbreviations helpful, please consider subscribing, and a like will be highly appreciated. Hey, FYI, project's been cancelled. FYI. For your information. It can have a formal or casual use. Let's start with a formal one. The formal one addresses information that someone needs to have, or information you would like someone to have. So you could write an email explaining a situation or adding information and ending it with FYI, for your information. You're assuming they didn't know about it and you're providing them with extra context. In a more casual setting, you'll use FYI to just let people know about something that's going to happen. So let's say you want to go to the bar with everyone in the evening, you could say, hey, FYI, I'm going with George to the bar. FYI, we're all going on a trip this weekend to Baja. Although I don't know why you'd want to go there. Listen, I'm sorry to do this to you, but it has to be done COB. COB. No, I'm not referencing chairman of the board. I'm talking about closing of business. Usually similar to EOD, talking about the end of day. You're closing for business. So if you're mentioning that, it means that you want to finish something at the end of that specific day, when the business is closing. Closing of business. COB. This next one is not really used in conversation, but can be if you really need it. It's usually written context. NA. Not applicable. Usually referring to filling a field if you don't have the specific information or information is not relevant for that specific field, and it usually appears on the website or a form. So this field will not be applicable to them. This next one is used in written conversation. Could be an email or even a written letter. Postscript. P.S. It means that you're adding, after a signature, an extra thought or extra information that you found really important to add, but isn't really part of the initial conversation that you were having. You want to add that extra bit of something, but you didn't find a place for it within the email or letter to that specific person or people. You've sent out an invitation to people and you want to respond. You want to know whether or not they're coming. You want an RSVP. You want them to respond or reply to your invitation. Comes from French, which I'm not going to use in this video because I will sound terrible. Many times when companies want to start showcasing a product but it's not ready, they want to create that buzz. You'll notice that they're going to use TBA, To Be Announced. They want to give you a little bit of information, but it hasn't been finalized yet. But they want to create that initial thought that I want to see that product. I want to see what this company is up to. So they use TBA to persuade people to have a look. Wait a bit, see what we're going to come up with. To be announced. This one you use a lot in emails, but you don't necessarily know what it actually means. To add individuals to an email that has a higher circulation. CC, standing for carbon copy. Once upon a time, people used to use copy, paper, to actually write on, so the ink would cross to paper underneath. In the world of email, you don't really need that. But if you want to use a carbon copy, then you're actually adding people to the mailing list that might not be the initial person that you're sending the email to. We all want a profitable investment. We want is a good ROI, Return On Investment. We're putting in a lot of time, effort, and money into a specific situation or project, and we want to make sure that we're getting a good profit out of this investment. We want a good ROI. Hey, thank you very much. We're starting this new project. I just wanted to let you know that the POC is Jane. She will be leading on this one. POC, Point of Contact. A specific person that is going to handle a set of matters. Could be a project, could be something that needs to be done, but this person is going to be connected to this, so most people will go to them for information or for updates. Now you can start using these abbreviations in your daily conversation at work. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.